So this is Scurrival Campsite on Barra. We've had the pleasure of staying for the last 4 nights. But I thought I'd just give you a quick walk round. It's quite early, so I'm not going to do too much speaking because I don't want to disturb anybody. But it's quite a good time to do it because there's no one around, and I want to show you the house because it's a little bit different and sort of typical of for the island really. Campsite's run by a lovely guy called Angus who can't do enough for you. He's a smashing bloke, comes and speaks to you. He's got a very soft lilt to his accent, the type of lilt you could listen to for hours, and you sat and have a conversation with him at night with a Scotch whisky, I'm sure it'd be an enjoyable occasion. Lovely fella, will definitely come back here. It's like all the sites really on the island, they've all got a character to them that we've been on so far. Not like the big regimented, rule-driven sites that you get back on the mainland and certainly in England. This is very much a facilitated experience, so providing you don't offend anyone else, you can just get on with it, and people are getting on very well with it very well. It's a very nice site. The site itself is on grass, mainly hook up, £15 a night. It's a good value for money really. There's an old house at the top which I'll take you to now and show you around, that's got showers and things in, but and a kitchen area, but again, when you look at this, just understand if you compare it to a modern shower block, what you might find on the mainland, then maybe it's a little bit different, but these are sites with character. This is what you find on the island, and it's all part of the experience. This is fairly typical what's here. Just an old house converted with shower blocks and like I say, not especially modern but clean, functional, does the job. And what I like about it is it's very quirky. You can get the whole family in here for a shower if you need to, if you've got kids and things. So the old house with a guest book, interesting, and lots of information about bus timetables and restaurants and activities on the wall. And around the other side there's a kitchen. I'm not going to go in there at the moment because somebody's busy in there and it's not appropriate given the COVID restrictions, but that's it. And as you can see, the mist rolled in over the campsite.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Pass the paper, my desk is out. for the world now. Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Oh, how I love when it rains outside, and it's okay to slow the ride. Discover books I forget about, but who care for the world now? Rest with me, close the curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Maybe then I can relax. Maybe then I can relax. Bring my heels in my bed. Oh, just rest with me, close the curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, oh, and take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Rest with me, close the curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, and take my hand and lead even when I disagree.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As you can see, I'm not a pretty sight. Helen's intended to make me travel with a bag over my head.
Yes.
Yes. Cutting 2 holes in.
Bless.
Yeah, I think we've come to the conclusion that it's
It's definitely broken.
definitely broken.
Yeah.
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 But it'll heal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's not the first
I
time.
still love you, don't worry.
Thank you. If you do the stuff we do, occasionally things go wrong. It was your turn last time, wasn't it?
It was, yes. I still have the scar.
Yeah, the
to show
accident
from
and
it.
emergency from the Spanish hospital after falling on rocks in the Espuna Mountains.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so these things happen. So we're at the ferry queue at Eriskay, having had a wonderful few days in Barra.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful
Yeah.
few days. It's
We'll
really
miss Barra, won't we?
yeah, it's really up there.
Yeah. Miss the
really
views,
up
miss
there.
the beach.
And
Yeah.
we're going to catch the ferry. It's just under an hour, I think. It's very foggy, actually.
Yeah.
We'll try and show you the journey. So these guys know what they're doing, obviously, but very foggy. And over to Eriskay and onwards up through South Uist to Benbecula,
Yeah.
where we're staying at the Otters Edge. And looking forward to it. It's been recommended to us by a few people who follow us on Twitter. And I must say they've been very, very good in the organisation side of things. We've booked the site. We've booked them all, actually, not knowing how things were. And somebody asked me the other day on social media whether it was necessary to book. The sites have seemed fairly full.
Yeah.
Although
yeah.
that's not the experience of the islands. You don't get a sense that they're crowded
No.
or the roads are busy or anything like that. But certainly from the point of view of campsites, they've been reasonably full. So if you're intending to use a campsite, maybe it's a good thing to book.
Yeah.
There are lots of places that we've come across that permit overnight parking. It's permitted but not encouraged. I think that's the fair thing to say. I think they're desperate for, given the loss of business for COVID, for the sustainability of this community, for people to actually pay and use the sites. So that's all okay by us. So yeah, we're good, and every bit as good as we thought it was going to be. Onwards, next stage is Benbecula, and then we're onwards to Harris and Lewis. I stopped myself saying Harris and Tweed. once you get that in your head and you're on camera, you sometimes can't avoid it and it comes out. So Harris and Lewis.
Yeah.
But all in all, we're pretty good. And I'm going to go and put my bag on now before anybody else sees me.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you know how? Piles of paper, my desk is out. Who will care for the world out? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Oh, how I love when it rains outside, and it's okay to slow the ride. Discover books I forget about, and who care for the world now? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Maybe then I can relax. Maybe then I can relax. Bring my hair loose in my bed. Oh, just rest with me, close to curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, oh, and take my hand and lead even when I disagree. Rest with me, close to curtain, brew some herbal tea. Reach out for me, and take my hand and lead even when I disagree. If I was a story to be told, and I would say it all. Oh, if I was a fire, a burning light, and I would break into the night. Come tell me how I'm wired. I know I'm about to be set on fire. Come tell me why I reach for the sky when I fear the night. You touch me, wide and deep, and you're making me feel strong yet weak, calling me to the great and unreal. You pull me higher than the stars, and I'm just holding on. Come tell me why I reach for the sky when I fear the night. You touch me, wide and deep, and you're making me feel strong If I was a story to be told, then I would say it all. Oh, if I was a fire, a burning light, then I would break into the night. Come to me, come tell me how I'm wired. I know I'm about to be set on fire. Come to me, come tell me why I reach for the sky when I fear the night. You touch me, wide and deep, and you're making me feel strong yet weak, calling me to the great and unreal. You pull me higher than the stars, and I'm just holding on. Come to me, come tell me why I reach for the sky when I fear